Whether it's in an elevator, a business meeting, or on a date, we've all been in that uncomfortable position of holding in a fart. Fortunately, for better or for worse, we've been able to let that little stinky surprise out. But what would happen if your ass lost its ability to pass gas? As it turns out, the consequences could be lethal, and to understand why, we first need to understand why we fart in the first place. Flatus, farting, and breaking wind are all equally hilarious terms that refer to the act of passing the intestinal gases created by your body during the digestion process out through your butt. These gases are created by the bacteria in your intestines, which break down food through the process of fermentation. Some of these gases can be absorbed by your body and used in different ways, like boosting your immune system. Others, however, can't be processed, and that's where the farts originate. Comprised of elements like nitrogen, hydrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, methane, and many more, farts are like a beautiful little cocktail of smelly gases. While hydrogen, methane, and oxygen can be absorbed by your gut if necessary, gases like nitrogen can't. So one way or the other, they're gonna have to find a way out. These gases will continue to build pressure in your rectum until your anal sphincter is overpowered like Hodor in Game of Thrones, and you've gotta let one rip. Although it's fairly taboo to do so in a public or social setting, farting is overwhelmingly common. It's tough to say exactly how common it is, since most people are reluctant to have their farts scientifically measured, but in general, people seem to fart between 10 and 20 times a day. If that seems like a lot to you, it's probably because a lot of these farts occur without you even realizing it. According to one of the few fart-based studies that's been done, the average person emits between 476 milliliters and 1,490 milliliters of farts per day, both men and women. That's right, no matter how much they may insist otherwise, or how much you don't want them to admit it, gentlemen, women do fart. Contrary to popular belief, fiber doesn't make you fart more, but it does make you fart louder. Fiber-filled foods like the infamous baked beans, also known as the musical fruit, make you retain gas longer, so you have fewer but bigger farts. Foods with lactose and gluten can make you fart more though, and vegetables like broccoli and asparagus have hard-to-digest carbs that can make you toot more often as well. Not all farts are born equal though, at least not in terms of smelliness. A panel of 2 judges smelled and ranked the farts of 16 healthy adults, fun contest, and determined that farts that contained sulfur were the smelliest of all. Not sure who those judges pissed off when they got stuck with that job, but hey, someone had to do it. But enough about the composition of farts. You're here to find out what happens if you don't fart. Will you blow up like a balloon? Will you float in the air? Will you explode and possibly die? Well, kinda, yeah. Not all of those things, but some of them, maybe. See, holding in a fart generally has no real negative health effects. It has a number of uncomfortable symptoms, to be sure, including bloating, pain, and a rumbly-tumbly, burping, and more. Plus, the longer you hold in a fart, the more embarrassing it's destined to become. As you clench your butt cheeks, the volume of gas in your rectum continues to increase, building pressure and inevitably leading to a louder and smellier toot. Your rectum will distend to accommodate the gas buildup, and eventually, when you're least expecting it, you'll lose focus, stop clenching for a millisecond, and that big old flatus will force its way out and announce itself to the world. The embarrassment of a massive fart isn't the only potential consequence of holding one in, though. Turns out that the fart breath is a factually rooted insult. That's right, holding in a fart for too long can literally cause you to breathe farts out of your mouth. There are 2 ways in which this happens, and the first is way less gross than the second. The most common way we breathe farts is through the gas in your gut being absorbed into your bloodstream, from which it passes into your lungs, from whence it is exhaled. Not ideal, but not that bad, right? The second is straight up nasty. Basically, if you eat a carb-heavy meal, it's possible that it could start generating the aforementioned indigestible gases into your small intestine, which is earlier in the digestion chain than normal. As a result, the gas may choose to go up instead of down, in which case you'll be burping fermented gas, also known as a fart. You'll be burping farts. the height of human existence. While fart breath may be horrifying from a social standpoint, it's hardly the most devastating medical consequence one can imagine. However, in a small percentage of cases, holding farts in can be lethal. In rare instances where there is a major blockage in your colon, farts literally have no way to escape your bowels. In these cases, your colon will literally start to blow up like a balloon, expanding and expanding until, like a balloon, it pops. This might sound terrifying, and it is, but take solace in the fact that this only really happens to severely ill patients. And even then, it's rare. So, to answer your question, yes, holding in a fart can kill you, but it's incredibly unlikely. So what do you do if you feel a fart coming? Honestly, just embrace it, baby. Find a private, hopefully not so quiet place and let it rip. Take solace in the fact that farting is good for your digestive health. And embrace the fact that farting on your own terms is always better than accidentally squeaking one out in the middle of a meeting. Or, you know, a date. That's all for now, but if you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and head on over to the Brainiac YouTube channel for more fun fecal facts. See you later, Brainiacs.